the iPhone Pocket, HomePod Mini expectations, and $1 billion worth of Gemini. This is Mac Voices. Mac Voices is supported by the Mac Voices 2025 Holiday Gift Guide shows. Find gift ideas, both tech and non-tech, that you would like to give or get at macvoices.com/holiday gift guide or by searching for 2025 Mac Voices Holiday Gift Guide on Flipboard. Welcome to Mac Voices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, it's Tuesday night. It's Mac Voices live on YouTube at youtube.com/MacVoicesTV. There's a big surprise. We have friends in the chat room already. We'd love to have you there, so come on in. And if you're hearing this later, come on in next Tuesday, whenever that next Tuesday is, at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can have as much fun as we're about to have. Some interesting things coming up tonight that we're going to get to, but first, let's get to the interesting things that are our panel. So things keep getting rearranged. I don't know what's wrong with these guys, but they keep shifting seats on me. So this time in the top left of my screen, Mr. Brian Flanigan-Arthurs. Brian, great to have you as always.
So good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Marty Jencius is on the other side of my screen. Marty, great to have you.
It's good to be here. Had the day off from work, took lots of long naps. It was so fun.
How many long naps can you squeeze into a day?
I do like an hour to 2 hours, and, I'm up for an hour doing some work, or in this case, I was doing some podcast production. I got three different shows out today. So in between that, I'd take a nap. I got like 2 or 3 in. So
all right, well, good. That works for me. David Ginsburg this week, actually yesterday, is the birthday boy. So we're going to sing later. Much later. Like after dark later, because we don't want to disturb Dave any more than we already do. Dave, it's good to have you, and happy birthday.
Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you, Chuck, and glad to be here. And it was an uneventful day. So it was good to I took the day off, enjoyed it, and I'm glad I'm here tonight.
Well, we're glad that you recovered from your celebrations in time to join us. Also joining us tonight is Eric Bolden, along with his friend. Is your friend's name Woody? Is that fair, Eric?
Yes. Today's guest is a downy woodpecker.
Oh.
We have 2 woodpeckers that look identical, except for size. There's a downy and a hairy, but this is the downy. They're a little more active, a little more personable.
Now, I said Woody because I saw the red on his head, so I assumed it was a red-headed woodpecker, but I didn't know that. Are there different versions of woodpeckers?
Lots. There's a pileated. Those are huge. It's like a pterodactyl with a long beak. They're fun, but I hardly ever get to see it. I spend my life trying to get a picture. It hasn't happened yet. If it does, it'll be up for at least a couple weeks.
Keep talking, Eric. I could use another nap.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the pterodactyl woodpecker picture. Yes. Speaking of woodpeckers, Jeff Gamet is here. Jeff, good to have you.
It's great to be here. And Chuck, I want to point out, it's easy to identify the woody woodpecker because in addition to the weird red top, it wears white gloves on its hands, which in and of itself is very interesting because where do the fingers go on a woodpecker's wings? I mean, on a bat, it's obvious, but a woodpecker? Also, another woodpecker for you so Marty can sleep a little bit longer. Flicker, that's the common woodpecker out here.
You obviously have given this a lot of thought, Jeff.
No, this is just how my brain works.
Just off the cuff. Okay. Well, also off the cuff and just joining us, but he's now stealing Eric's thunder with some bird pictures in the background, Mr. Mark Fuccio. Mark, welcome back. We haven't seen you for a little while. Uh-oh. Mark's picture is frozen in a very studious. Okay. Well,
we can do our bald eagle impressions.
yeah.
I have this feeling that was those two eagles that ended up taking care of each other. One of them got injured.
Oh, I missed this somehow. Mark, are you with us yet?
There he is.
Oh.
I am. I think so.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we just did
Okay.
your introduction and you didn't move at all. So
I just thought you're nonplussed with my bald eagle impression.
Well, I heard the end of that. You were talking about your pecker, Jeff. So
yeah.
Yeah, see, you totally missed the bald eagle part then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful. The raptors, they'll come and tear you up.
Yeah. So
Yes,
Mark,
they
we haven't
will.
seen you for a while. You were doing some traveling, so it's good to have you back.
As I was traveling, and then last week I had sort of my airport crud, the cough and the sore throat from something on the airplane, and that lasted, and then here I are. But I don't have I don't have a lot of time tonight. I have to go probably about 10 minutes before the hour. So
Okay. Well, no problem. Good to have
join
you.
in. We're good to be here.
Yep. That's the beauty of this. Everybody can come and go as their schedules allow.
Yes, indeed.
Is that the eagles that one of the eagles got injured and the other one took care of it?
That's the one. That's Jackie and Shadow, from Big Bear Valley, the ones that earlier this year that became an internet sensation as they were hatching their eggs in a snowstorm. And typically they go away in the summer and they're coming back. And this video got posted yesterday, so they're back. They're seeing each other and paying attention to, I guess, housekeeping chores, twigs and things in the nest to get ready for the next hatching season.
Okay. Well, who knew?
Oh, Chuck, Mark did. He just told you.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks.
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Yeah, on which web we're here because I've got this 49ers thing, but haven't seen a lot of football this year, but it's good because anyway, back to you guys.
All right. Well, I had to rearrange things to start the show tonight because this article popped out, or this announcement, I should say, from Apple. Oh, hold on. My pasteboard is arguing with me. Let's try that. Come on. Okay. Sorry, little technical difficulties here on the back end, folks. But the link I am attempting to paste, there it goes. The link I'm attempting to paste has to do with Apple announcing the iPhone Pocket.
Oh gosh.
The almost every single article I read about this compared it to the iPod socks that are so famous or infamous. I'm not. I want to see it first. I always want to see it in person to see if it makes sense. But is this a little off the rails, Marty?
I don't think it's off the rails at all. Now it is $240 or $250 if you want the shorter version, and I think $300 or something astronomical in terms of the price. It is a designer sort of carrier for your iPhone. And if you look at some of the latest frames that are available for iPhones, and then the carrying strap, they apparently are not caught on domestically. But frankly, in Europe, many of the reports that I've heard, not about the iPhone, but just in general, having a strap and something attached to a strap around your neck it's hard to see people without using that. So this, I don't think, is intended for the domestic market as much as it is for the international or Asian market, because we look at it and go, what? But I think other places, other countries, and other regions look at it and it blends in with how they carry devices in their countries.
Interesting perspective, Marty. And I want to come back to that. But Mark, you want to throw something in?
Yeah, I think yes. Yeah, recent travel, sort of these pockets or pads that cross body with the straps so that you can wear them under a sweater or coat and not expose your valuables to you know thieves who are coordinating with iPhones and text messages and things to come by and steal something from you. But you know, I comically think, it's really a test on dumb people who have more money than they have sense. Because unless you absolutely insist on having an Apple device, then there are more affordable alternatives out there. And I don't think an Apple brand device has something like if they really wanted to do a high end thing, they should have done a Hermes branded bag instead of this sort of stuck in the middle device.
But I would disagree. I think that this particular designer is going to attract a group that's going to be different than Hermes. And Hermes, is kind of got the watch connection and all of that. I think this is aimed at a different market.
We'll see. I hope I hope you're right.
So I may be showing my ignorance, but is anyone familiar with this designer before these articles came out?
Nope.
Okay. Neither
Chuck,
was I.
look at how we're dressed. You knew the answer to that.
Oh, well, yeah, you got a point, Jeff. You got a point. I don't know. My first reaction, though, is, and I guess I'm just a little too paranoid, but I've wondered about how much protection this gives to your iPhone. And, what are the implications of that? It looks like it's more of a sling. And Marty, but I did want to come back to the crossbody strap because there's this whole thing, there are a lot of men and women that are wearing some kind of crossbody bag as opposed to a woman carrying a purse, or, a guy carrying just a sling or even a backpack, because allegedly they're a bit more safe and secure from thieves. So I looked at this and I can't decide. I need to see more than just a promo photos to decide if this adds any significant protection from that, as well as protecting the phone itself.
I think it's more about convenience and convenience of use. I bought one of those crossbody straps for my iPhone and also a frame to put it in, and took it with me when I went to shoot out some pictures out in nature. And I was with another photographer who said, yeah, those are big in Europe. They feel strange or they look strange here, but they're big in Europe. And they're not necessarily meant for protection. They're meant for convenience. So I can just grab the phone, pick it up. Instead of pulling it out of my pocket, it's there. It's ready to go. And I'm not sure if this new sling provides any. Just looking at the stills that they have of it, it looks like, the camera peeks out on one side, and but I think it's meant for convenience, not safety or protection of the device in any way.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then, hey, I understand the wanting quick access to it. And so that's great. It does seem like, though, Apple has adopted this whole concept of carrying your phone a different way, as opposed to just sticking it into a pocket, because of the crossbody straps, because of this new pocket. They would have to call it a pocket. So the pocket device, pocket sling, whatever. I don't know how. We've got to figure out a way to refer to it. All that said, $229.95.
That is so ridiculous.
This did not even twitch my wallet at all. And usually I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff.
I was
and
wondering.
it
I was
was
going to
like,
ask
no,
that question.
no,
How
absolutely
many
not.
colors did Marty buy? Huh.
Yeah.
It is very much in line with the prices of all of the other stuff that this designer sells. It's all 400-600 or more. So, yeah, it's on the low end of the products listed under that designer.
Eric, can you enlighten us as to some of the other products that this designer?
There's a shirt that was $500. Of course, now you ask after I closed my window of all the stuff.
Sorry. Marty just gave us a link.
A relaxed pant for $345, a blazer for $910. So something to hold your phone that adds color. And I didn't see any pockets in this relaxed pair of pants. So you got to put the phone somewhere.
Yeah, I think this is just going to start a knockoff market in terms of we're going to see things like this. Your grandmother could crochet one of these things and it would be just as effective.
So I just popped up this gentleman's website, and I put it in the YouTube chat. I will also make sure I get it in the show notes. But he has a metallic ultra boa that looks like a tent.
I think we should all get one for the next show.
Yeah. It does come. It does come in black, so that would work. that would work. Oh my! Anybody here seriously contemplating one, seriously or not?
No.
Okay. Jeff, it's disturbing that you have had nothing to say about this.
Okay, I'm looking
Say
on
something.
Amazon to see if knockoffs are available yet. and I'm not finding any yet. All right, sure. I'm happy to chime in. When I saw the news articles start popping up this morning, I immediately started looking at the date, thinking someone had picked up an April Fool's Day article. And you know how a lot of the news sites that just regurgitate other sites' stories. I thought that's what was happening here, that it just started getting picked up from April Fool's Day. And then I'm looking closer and I'm like, okay, no, maybe one of the more reputable news outlets, someone's on their last day and they're punking us. And then it turns out, no, I'm wrong. For me, this product makes no sense. And from the experience Apple had with the iPod socks, it makes no sense. However, Marty's perspective that this isn't for our market, most likely, that actually does make sense. There are things we like here that aren't going to fit with the fashion styles in other areas. And same thing, fashion styles in other areas, some of that's just not going to work here. And I think Marty's right. This is for other markets, not us.
I must say, to end it on something of a positive note, who said it in the chat? Somebody did. Oh, Barry said in the chat, I do like the colors. And yeah, they are very Apple-like colors. They're very bright and very happy and very cheerful, with the exception of the brown and the black. And I guess you got to accommodate those folks too. So,
well, I mean, some of those people still want to have their Zune, so you kind of need that brown.
wow. Took a long way, went the long way around to get that one, didn't you, Jeff?
I had to work for it.
Yeah, I'll say. Well, let's talk about something from Apple that may not be available at the moment, or at least it's in limited availability, and that is the HomePod Mini. Seems to be in very short supply at the moment. A number of places have marked it as out of stock. I believe you can still get them from Apple as of this afternoon when I looked, but everywhere else seems to be, down on stock, which lends fuel to the rumors that we'll see a revised HomePod Mini. I can't believe that this is going to be a state of affairs that lasts very long for the most affordable HomePod speaker as we head into the Christmas season.
I'm not surprised. Finally, we're hearing all these rumors. There's going to be new HomePods. There's going to be new HomePods. But I know Jeff's going to say, we need a new operating system. It's got to work right. But
right? It's like, you know me, Dave.
I do. So, but I'm not surprised. I mean, that HomePod Mini is getting long in the tooth. It's been, 3 years at least?
3 or 4?
3 or 4 years that it's been since that was released. So it's well overdue. I would hope Apple's looking at some upgrades to it. They keep rumoring that we're getting more new products this year, and potentially that one, potentially the Apple TV. I mean, that's been talk as well. I think stock has been limited on that too. So, but if Apple's got still out in stock, I mean, they're just not selling it to their retail partners. That could tell you something.
And that's the only reason I brought it up, Dave, that again, as we head toward Black Friday, and we're already seeing all these early Black Friday sales. I got to believe that there's got to be an announcement here almost momentarily, or otherwise people are going to turn to other things, which would be a shame. So,
okay, I have
Brian,
a quick question.
Yeah.
And hopefully it just stays quick. Is there any possibility this has nothing to do with a refresh in the product line, and it's about Apple having to deal with parts inventory issues because of tariffs?
Nah.
I doubt that. So, I think the reason I doubt that is they've been upfront about what they expected to eat in terms of costs, for tariffs, and just doing a little bit of back of the envelope calculation. I think they're getting special dispensation from the government because they are, working to, and they are sourcing some of their chips here and trying to bring more manufacturing here and blah, 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 and all the other stuff that we've talked about, endlessly. But, the amount of their loss, just doesn't compute with, a 25% tariff or 50% tariff on their semiconductors. So as a result, I think they have a stable supply. I think it's more about, hey, it's time, finally to take the John Ivey or whoever, playbook, number 73, and take a product, that's been, stable and long in the tooth, and come out with a whole bunch of refresh colors and try to, goose and reinvigorate sales. My question for Dave is, he was talking about maybe additional functionality, but I think this late in the year, and if they're going to have additional functionality, that's not something easily launched on the world through a press release. Whereas your new colors, it's easy. Have a press release and have an exciting launch video, and that's very, very simple to communicate. But if it's going to do more things, in functionality wise, this just doesn't feel like an appropriate setup for that.
Mark, that's an interesting way to look at it. But I have to point out, it's a speaker, and it's not even, at least the way I would think about it, it's not Apple's flagship speaker. It's sort of their secondary speaker. And so how many more features can you add to it that would require some demonstration, or that
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think that the only thing new here is going to be colors, not functionality.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed the point. Buried the lead.
Unless there's a chip upgrade, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, but even that, you can just press release it.
Yeah.
Now with the new,
but if they're doing multiple
HomeChip
products,
5.
It might be. I don't know.
And maybe a lower price point. I don't know. Maybe maybe they could do something like that. That would be exciting. Yeah, more colors and lower price point.
Marty?
Yeah, I just think, is it getting too late for us to be pushing even new pieces. I mean, for Apple to be pushing even small additions to the product line for people to be able to access the stock and get it in time for the holidays. I don't know. I read this and thought, well, Target, Adorama, Staples, and Walmart are having trouble getting a particular color in. And from that, we build a whole hypothesis that something new is coming out just because the resellers don't have the full line of colors, the full line of stock that they want right now. And so I'm going to bet on nothing new's coming out.
If we're taking bets, I'll bet on HomePod minis in all the new iPhone, the iPhone Pocket colors. How's that?
Well, mine has already got a new color on it. It's called Dust. It sits back on my table.
I've got that one too.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Sometimes I get the little can of compressed air and blow it all away, and it comes back and
lands back on it.
Yeah.
But I think even more exciting, isn't white, for, the cases for, iPods Pros, is that getting a little boring? Shouldn't they refresh that? I mean, I think that to me would be much more exciting change in product announcement.
If you're being serious, Mark, I would say I would sort of agree with you.
I am being serious.
Okay, if you're serious, then, but the whole white thing has been there since the original iPod. White earbuds, white corded and cordless. So
Many years of boring. It's getting pretty boring at this point.
Well, maybe so.
We had another earnings report, and we see that accessories and devices, continue downward for another quarter. 2 sequential quarters. So they need to do something there.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see what happens. Eric, really? You think some of those improvements?
Well, they have that nice, fancy new Apple-built chip, so it makes sense they would throw it in there. I mean, I think that all of the new AI stuff isn't ready yet, and probably won't be ready until March or April of next year. So a speaker is one of the few things that they can ship without having to have all of the AI stuff that eventually might be involved until later, because no one's going to care. They can come out with an Apple TV without that as well, and then do an add-in big announcement splash. Hey, look at all the cool stuff we just added in the spring.
Okay. As usual, we will see. We will see. But look, it's fun to try to read the tea leaves and see what's happening. What David and Jeff just said, in the Boulder Apple Store and the Chicago Apple Store, all the colors except orange and blue.
Mm-hmm.
Did I have that right? So that's black, white, and yellow.
Mm.
So there you go. So if you still want one, at least you can get it. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.